We've all experienced surveillance in one way or another. Whether it's pretty much our phones saying something back to us when we weren't talking to it, rather it's your camera that flashes on, you know, when you're not really using it, or the screen's not even on and there's apps that open up by themselves, or your phone has been doing a lot of suspicious things. I think you ought to investigate and you ought to look into it, and you ought to make sure that there's people not looking at you. What I recommend is you take a nice little sticky note and you just cover each camera. There's also devices where you can cover your microphones, and you can cover all the ways that they could spy on you. But nevertheless, if you've had phone calls being disconnected, if you've had your cell service pretty much being suspended when you're not in the middle of nowhere, when you're next to your Wi-Fi box, or let's say you're within 10 to 15 feet of your Wi-Fi and somehow you can't get a signal, most likely, and 9 times out of 10, it's a government involvement in any of those things happening to your phone. So I ought to, encourage you to look into it and look up the many different ways that they surveil you, including listening to your conversations, including hacking into your phone camera, your phone microphones, even sometimes when your phone is off as well. They're still spying on you, they're still listening in on your conversations, and it's not really right what they do. What they're doing, it's supposed to only be reserved for, people that they deem dangerous, or domestic terrorists, or somebody that, they suspect of doing a crime or committing a crime, criminal, right? It shouldn't be everyday citizens that they're surveilling, pretty much. Shouldn't be people that aren't really guilty of anything. Your rights are pretty much being infringed upon, and what you should do is contact your local congressman, and you should have them advocate to have your rights stood up for, because otherwise 1776 is going to have to commence.